Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and it's been a while since I've done a review video. I sometimes do reviews of movies that I watch or TV series that I watch. Well, recently I watched the James Gunn Peacemaker 2 or Peacemaker Season 2 um, series, and I figured, hey, it's been a while. I might as well do a review on it. And this might have spoilers, so I'm just giving that as warning. So if you don't like spoilers, just I'll try to avoid it, but there will be probably spoilers. It's hard to review things without saying what's happened in the series. Okay, so uh like in a way it's a bit of a continuation. Well, you expect that with the season 2, but it's a continuation of the the things that I didn't like about the first season. um so one of the things that they focus on, and this is something I don't like about Peacemaker, is dysfunctionality. Uh, like the hero Peacemaker is a dysfunctional character. He's suffering from trauma. Okay. Um, that part I just thought was, it was in the first series season, and it was also in this season, where he is dysfunctional. I just don't like the fact that he goes to drugs, goes to orgy kind of situation. It was a bit over the top in that. And I kind of want my heroes to be a little bit more like morally sound, and heroic. I know it's not much to ask. I just want my heroes to be heroic. It sounds weird to have to say that, but it is something that in this, you have to say. And I feel like, you know, when you're rooting for a character, you want to root for them for the right reasons. So you don't like rooting for the bad guys, and, the characters came across that way. And it was like everybody in this universe, this James Gunn universe, is not a good person. So there was even a situation where they had, and they play it for laughs, and it's kind of a thing, where Peacemaker is going for an interview. This is first episode interview to try out for the Justice Gang. That's what they call themselves. And there's like it's like a gag situation where they're behind a glass because they have to keep themselves secret identity or something. And there's a joke that he can hear them even though they're supposed to be talking amongst themselves. So Peacemaker can hear what they're saying, and they're saying stupid things. They're saying like really unprofessional things. And it just makes all the heroes in this look like total jerks. Just everyone, there's no heroic heroes. And it's just like, Peacemaker, sure, he's the anti-hero or whatever he is. He's like that guy. But at least Justice League should be good. At least somebody in this, or Justice Gang, should be, have good moral clarity. But just nobody does. It's like, and so the situation is, you got Peacemaker, and he has to kind of redeem himself and find a path forward. Find a way to do work again. And I forget the girl's name. His girlfriend, the girl that wants to be his girlfriend, she's all messed up. I don't know why she's all messed up, but she's messed up, and her situation is that she just goes to bars and gets into fights. That's her whole stick in the whole show. The whole show, she's that person. And Peacemaker, he wants to be with her, but she is too messed up to be in a relationship, and she rejects him, not openly, but kind of prevents the relationship from happening. And instead, she just does this bar thing where she gets into fights. I found out later that she's actually James Gunn's wife, the actress that plays that woman. But the interesting thing about Peacemaker is he has this portal in his house, like you do, where where it's like a pocket dimension, and in this pocket dimension, there's doors to other dimensions. And he discovers a world where he has a perfect world. It's a perfect world. Everybody's happy. There's no crime. Everybody lives in nice houses. The streets are clean. Things seem really great. And people really respect Peacemaker. They think he's the greatest guy. So it seems like a perfect world. And in that perfect world, uh, this girl that he likes in our world is really sweet, kind, and she's in love with him, but she feels like he's not committed to her. So it's like the opposite of the way it is in our world. So he's like, oh, this is perfect. Why don't I just leave this crappy world that I'm from and go to this perfect world? And that's the whole story basically. Um, but it turns out that perfect world is just happens to be a Nazi world. What if, a situation where the Germans had won the Second World War, and that's why it's all beautiful and wonderful, which is so messed up. But part of the reason for that is there's no black people. There's like everyone that's of a minority race is just pushed out. Which there was contradictions to that, because there was things where they were talking about Pokemon. So I was thinking, well, Pokemon wouldn't really exist in that new world if there's so much racism. There's a lot of things that we enjoy that other cultures have contributed. So I don't know. It didn't really make sense. So, but yeah, the whole thing was like, okay, well, are you, James Gunn, saying that perfect world would be a Nazi world? But at the end, Peacemaker, obviously he rebels. He leaves that Nazi world. And it turns out that his father, in our world, was a Nazi sympathizer. He was a neo-Nazi. And Peacemaker in season 1, spoiler, killed his father. Well, in this season 2, in this alternate world, well, his father is alternate version. He's actually against the Nazis, and he is fighting to, potentially, he's fighting against crime, but he's also avoiding helping the Nazis in their goals to white supremacy or whatever it is that they're doing. So there's that, so the father actually is a good guy, and that's actually a good situation. But then one thing with James Gunn, and this is something that's a real pet peeve for me, and really makes me hate, not just dislike, but hate anything that James Gunn creates, is when he disrespects life in general, and especially in a heroic environment. I think life has value, like human life, any life has value. And one of the things that James Gunn will do is he'll play up the murder of innocent people as a joke. He did it in Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad 2 movie, where there was a scene where they killed a whole bunch of people and they were joking, look, I killed him this really funny way. Oh, I killed more than you. And then they were just killing all these innocent people. And because they thought they were bad guys. They didn't ask, or they didn't even try to investigate to make sure they're not bad guys. But they were just killing these random people. And it just turned out that those innocent people that they were killing were freedom fighters that were fighting against bad people. So, and then they were like, oh, oops, that was the joke. It was like, what? You just killed a whole bunch of, people that probably had families and kids or whatever, like innocent people. And that was a joke. Well, in this, in the Peacemaker 2, season 2, there's a scene where the father comes out as being a freedom fighter against the Nazis. And, Peacemaker's like, oh, wow, my father's actually a good guy. His father's actually really understanding and really good guy in this other world. And then Vigilante comes in and stabs him in the neck, like a whole bunch of times, and kills the father. And that's a joke. That's funny. I don't know how, but it's supposed to be funny. That's the kind of thing that drives me crazy. Makes me really dislike something. Things that I liked about the Peacemaker 2 series. second series, second season, is that you know the acting is good. Everything. The relationships between all the characters are interesting. I like the idea of the multi dimensions. Um, I liked the revenge story between Rick Flag and Peacemaker. Again, another hero that is not a good person. It's just like nobody, no heroes are good people in this. But this dynamic was interesting. I liked, I like when they go into different worlds and seeing what those other worlds are like. I think that's interesting. Um, so those things were good. I kind of wish they did more of the good things and less of these annoying things. Um, and but overall, I give the show a 5 out of 10. It was probably watchable. It was reasonably entertaining to watch, but just the feeling that you get afterwards is not a good feeling. You know, you you don't really want these people to win in a way, because they are such bad people, and everything they do is just so corrupt and grimy. It's just like everything they it's just like they're the worst. And maybe I know that's what James Gunn is going for. He likes the anti-hero and all that kind of stuff, but um I'm kind of tired of it, actually. I'm just tired of it in general, not just in James Gunn stuff, but in general. I kind of want them to go back in terms of superhero stuff, back to heroes that had good morals and that you could say, "Oh, I wish I was like that. I wish I was that person because look at what they do. Look at the 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 moral compass that they are following, and look at they're admirable. You want to be like them." And I don't want to be like Peacemaker. I don't want to like that. It's disgusting. He's disgusting. Like he's just gross. And I think I kind of want to go back to wholesomeness. Like, when we were in the 80s, I remember watching shows and it was like always like the cute little the moral of the story this week, kids. It's always like that kind of thing, and it was very wholesome. And that was annoying in its own right. But I miss it now. And this makes me miss it more. I realize how good we had it back then compared to now, where things are just so immoral that it's just really hard to appreciate. And the type of humor is, it's not just dark; it's psychotic. that's a that's a better way of saying it. It's not dark humor; it's psychotic humor. And I just think that we deserve better, and we should aim for better with our heroes. Call me a purist. I don't know. Maybe I'm too conservative on that, but I just kind of miss the wholesomeness. I kind of want our heroes to be good, upstanding people that motivate us to be good, upstanding people. So that's my take on Peacemaker. Did you watch Peacemaker 2, the season 2? I always call it Peacemaker 2, but it's season 2. Um, Tell me in the comments below and what your opinion of it was. Probably you're going to be like, oh, he has no sense of humor. He's not fun. Like, sure, if that's, that could be the case. I might be just clueless. Tell me in the comments below. I like hearing different opinions. And yeah, I did like Eagly. I have to say that. I did like Eagly. Eagly is cool. So there. That's one good thing. Okay, with that being said, put it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.